As a new adventure began, Ayah leaned into the wind and lifted her gaze to the stars across the night sky. Along with Saif and Sara, they trusted the night sky to lead their small boat safely across the dark sea. Ayah stood at the rail, Saif steering at the bow while Sara sketched the night skies above the boat. Sara admired her work, smiling softly as she sketched the moon's reflection shimmering across the quiet sea. The night was silent but for the groaning hull and the wave's steady slap until the quiet suddenly broke. A soft pulse rose from Ayah's satchel. Sara pointed at the bag as a faint blue glow pulsed softly. Saif watched Ayah open the bag, the soft blue glow spilling out as the night sea swayed around them. From the bag, Ayah drew out an ancient scroll. As its glow grew brighter with a fiery glow, the scroll came alive as the ink began to shift, providing clues to a quest waiting in the dark. The clues opened above them, constellations forming a glowing path in the sky to guide their way forward. A sudden swell rocked the boat, knocking the scroll from Ayah's hand, and in an instant they lost their way. The scroll slid toward the edge, but Saif then lunged, grabbing it at the last moment before it slipped overboard. He pulled it back, clutching it tight. And then, Captain Yusuf stepped from the shadows, holding a kamal. He knelt beside Saif to show how the kamal measured the North Star to keep sailors on the right direction. Saif held the kamal steady, watching the horizon, while the Captain Yusuf pointed to the stars. Ayah held the kamal as everything aligned, and a bright beam lifted from the sea, lighting their way. Back on track, the symbols on the scroll came alight again, matching the ancient notes of Ahmad ibn Majid.
The Lion of the Sea? That is incredible.
Disaster struck again as the wind stopped. The sails sagged, snapping hard against the mast with a heavy thud. As the fading path wavered, the ship drifted, lost to the dark water of the sea. Panic rose in the silence. Sara gripped Ayah's sleeve as the scroll's light faded to a weak flicker. The deck grew unnervingly still. Saif stared at the water, watching the path dissolve into the blackness. The boat groaned against the tide as they froze, the map in their hands blurring until its shape disappeared. Everything fell silent as the boat drifted on the water, caught between the stars above and the deep sea below. Ayah stayed calm. Determined to fix their course, she raised the navigation device to guide them back again. Sara held the scroll while Saif lifted the lantern, its warm light helping them see the path ahead. They moved in perfect silence, and to their surprise, the scroll's light began to pulse with a steady, living beat. Slowly, the path stabilized, carving a glowing line across the waves once more. The boat lurched forward on a phantom gust toward the horizon, where a jagged silhouette rose from the sea. A lone stone pillar rose over the desolate shore as the ship cut the shallows, its hull scraping against sand. As Ayah leapt from the bow, she walked towards the pillar, the scroll glowing brighter. Ayah and Sara moved towards the pillar, the scroll's glow guiding them across the wet sand. She slid the parchment into the carved slot. The stone groaned as a new scroll with a map appeared. They returned to the boat with the new map as the pillar's fading light sank back into shadow. As the boat pulled away, the jagged silhouette dissolved in the distance. The ocean returned to its rhythmic dark pulse. Saif sat at the bow, reflecting on the lessons learned. Ayah watched the horizon, her hand resting firmly on the scroll she had retrieved.
I wonder where this new map will take us.
The ship cut through the water, leaving the past behind, heading toward the next unknown point on the map.